Hi.
Hey Shatakshi, this is for you.
Thank you so much. Come.
So Shatakshi, we're going to play a little game.
All right.
The game is extremely simple. I'm going to be asking you approximately 50 very controversial questions.
Okay.
Rules are two very simple rules. You've got to be brutally honest when you answer these questions, and you've got to be very spontaneous.
Sure.
You
I'm up
cannot
for it.
think at all when you
Okay.
answer those questions. Just be
Sure.
as spontaneous as possible. So, what were you doing the moment I came?
I shifted to my new place this morning and then I was working on my laptop and talking to my team.
And what do you find yourself doing a lot these days?
I find myself meditating a lot these days and doing a lot of yoga.
What's your current obsession?
I would say again, I've been using this Calm app a lot to meditate, to sleep well, to build good, healthy relationships with myself. So I would say using Calm app.
Do you have any prediction about anything from 1 year from now?
There can be so many, but the world is definitely becoming lonelier and unhappy. And as a society, we need to collectively do more about it.
What do you do when the day is off?
I sleep.
And what do you love doing the most?
The most, I would say writing.
Where are we right now?
We are in our small, cute villa in Sena Bungalows in Ubud, which is in Bali, Indonesia.
And what's the thing that you absolutely love about Bali?
Nature.
And what's the most enjoyable activity for you in Bali?
Taking Instagram tours.
What's the one thing that you can never live without?
My family.
One hobby that you will never ever give up?
Dancing.
What's the one piece of advice that you will have to your almost 500,000 followers on YouTube and LinkedIn?
That things are going to fall in place with time as long as you take courageous decisions and you invest in yourself and you invest in good relationships.
Define yourself in 3 words.
Courageous, kind, and compassionate. I know kind and compassionate are equivalent, but let's go with that.
What scares you the most?
Ghost movies.
Who's the most inspiring person you've ever met?
My parents, both of them in equal amounts.
Career trends that can never go down.
Networking with authenticity to get jobs and to rise up the ladder.
Career trends that you hope will never ever come back.
Making quick money from crypto.
What's your favorite exercise?
Exercise. Exercise back and downward dog of yoga.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song? I've been hearing Rihanna these days a lot, especially after the Super Bowl. But I have a lot of favorites, so Rihanna can go at this point of time.
What's your favorite thing to eat?
Coffee with a small choco chip on the side. Latte, especially.
What's the least favorite thing to eat?
Mushrooms.
What's the dessert that you can never live without?
Gajar ka halwa.
What's the first memory of your life?
Getting ready by my mother for school.
What makes you smile?
Yoga.
Who do you look up to most in life?
My family.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever heard from your mother?
Work in a sustainable amount. You have to work for 40 more years, not just 2 more years.
What's one good thing that you've ever learned from your parents?
From my father to be as bold as a lion, and from my mother to be kind to not just human beings but animals as well. Hey, this is for you.
Thank you. What's the advice that you would give to your 15-year-old self?
Everything is going to fall into place over a period of time. So chill, smile a little bit more, and know that mental health is an important component. Don't deteriorate for anyone else.
What's something that you know now but did not know back then when you were 15?
That exams are not the only thing that can make or break your career.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Making larger social impact in education, healthcare, financial inclusion at a global level.
What show have you been watching these days?
Not a show, but actually a show also. It's Explained.
What's one fictional place you would love to live in?
Hogwarts.
And what's one fictional character you would want to spend your day with?
Hermione Granger, hands down.
What's the last movie that made you cry?
I always cry when I see Harry Potter's last movie.
One movie that you can watch over and over again.
Oh my god, I'm a Potterhead, so it's Harry Potter.
So what's your favorite movie as a kid?
Favorite movie as a kid? Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge.
Do you have any hidden talents that no one knows of?
I can dance well.
Speak something in foreign language.
Sukh Sama.
What's your go-to dance move? What's the biggest surprise you've ever had? Spontaneous.
Moving to Bali.
What's the best gift you've ever received?
Letters by my husband.
What's one thing people will be most surprised to know about you?
That I really love my life.
What's the coolest thing about your life?
That I can sleep, eat, have dinners, meet my friends at a time that I want and no one else dictates it for me.
And what's the coolest thing about your family?
That we have a very cool WhatsApp group on which we do in Hindi a lot of bakchudi.
What's the silliest nickname ever been given to you?
It's not silly, but Shasha. I like that.
So when do you feel most creative?
In my mornings when I'm listening to songs.
So if life was a song, what would be the title of it?
Go ahead and do it.
Do you remember your first career presentation?
I do, and I was really very nervous. I was putting up a very bold face, but deep down, I was really nervous.
What's the one experimental career move you've ever made?
Leaving my first boutique consulting job to move to Groupon now nearby, I just really wanted to leave toxic bosses behind. And that move turned out to be really interesting for me eventually.
What's the best career hack you've ever known?
How much are people willing to help as long as you reach out to them with the right message, right credibility, and right commonality?
Which is one career influencer that you would want to collaborate with or listen to?
Chamath Palihapatiya. He's a venture capitalist. I'm categorizing him as an influencer because, of course, he runs All In Podcast.
Can you tell me a lie?
I hate yoga.
Last question. Can you share the worst joke that you've ever heard?
Oh, it's the Hathi Cheetah joke. Cheetah once went to a Hathi and said something, and then everyone laughs. So it's the worst joke. I know.
Okay, bye.
Bye.